subscribe, like and comment on this video, and share with your friends. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I wanted to share a story with you guys. This has been on my mind for a little bit, and I just wanted to tell the story. So it's about this cashier that was extremely rude. Hopefully nobody knows her by what I'm speaking about. I don't want any bad to come from this video, but anyways, so we were shopping. We went into a grocery store. We were buying our usual groceries. We had finished up and we put our groceries on the conveyor belts, and we were just waiting for this lady to cash us out. And she started cashing our stuff, and I didn't notice, but my fiance noticed, and he was like, "Hey miss, can you please not scan our things with the guy in front of us?" Because that's what she was doing. She was scanning both our items together. And my fiance, he politely told her, "Hey miss, can you please pay attention to what you're doing, because you're scanning our things with the guys in front of us." And she completely snapped. I can't even believe she would react like this, because I would never react like this to somebody. She started to freak out. She was like, oh, guys, keep in mind this lady is 45 to maybe 55. I can't really tell. I'm very bad with ages, but anyways, she's an older lady, and she starts freaking out. She's like, "Why don't you work in retail? It's so rude that you're telling me to watch what I'm doing." I don't know what came upon me, but I was not having it. She's trying to yell at my fiance, and so I said, "Miss, excuse me, he told you nicely to please stop scanning our things with the other guys in front of us." And she was freaking out. She punches in her code to void the item, and then she starts re-scanning our things. And I'm just looking at her, I'm watching her scan our things, and she starts throwing them to the bottom of the conveyor belts. Of course, she's not throwing them on the ground, but she's throwing these things. And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is wrong with her? Guys, I work in retail too, and I would never treat a customer like this. So anyways, I'm just looking at her. I'm annoyed. I look at my fiance, and he's just like, he's watching her still. I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. And she then starts scanning our things with the person behind us. So she starts scanning our things and the person behind us, and we're like, I didn't say anything again. I'm just like, okay. And my fiance again, he's like, "Miss, excuse me, you're scanning again someone else's things with our things." I think the customers behind us were pissed, because yeah, I'm not the type to just let things go. I kind of made a scene. And anyways, let me get back to the story. So she's like, "Excuse me," and he's like, I said, "Can you stop scanning our things with other persons?" So she's doing her void, she's giving us attitude, she's yelling. And so her coworker comes over, and she's like, "Hey," I don't know her name, I didn't catch her name, but whatever. She says her name, and she's like, "Do you want me to take over these customers for you?" And she's typing in her void or whatever she's doing, and she's mad. She's still throwing our groceries down to the end of the conveyor belt, and I'm just looking at her. I'm like, "Are you crazy?" But anyways, her coworker behind her is like, let me take over. And I said, "Yeah, you can take over, but this lady that's scanning our things, she's not letting her take over. She's mumbling under her breath, and she's just still scanning our things and throwing them." Okay, anyways, so then I start yelling. I'm like, "Excuse me, miss, if you don't want to deal with us, please let this lady behind you deal with us." And she is, like I said, she's mumbling under breath. She's still mad. Oh, why don't you try working in retail, blah, 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 this and that. Like I said, I work in retail. You know, don't snap like that. There's no point. She's like, oh, why don't you try working for minimum wage? Let's see how you like it. And I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing because, hey, I work for minimum wage too. I know how it is to be having a bad day, but you never treat your customers like that. There's no point, because that customer doesn't pay your bills. That customer doesn't do anything for you. So why snap at them? If you're having a bad day, go home and have a bad day. Like, that's it. Maybe tell your manager you're feeling sick. Whatever you want to do, get out of that situation, but don't yell at a customer for no reason. Okay, but anyway, so she still scanning her things, whatever. The coworker behind her calls the manager over because this lady is not moving. She's still scanning our things, but I don't know why, because I already asked, can someone else scan these things or get your manager, because you're just throwing my things to the bottom of the conveyor belt, and I'm not having you throw my things for no reason. And she's mumbling under her breath. So her manager comes over, and her manager's like, so what's the problem? And my fiance tells the woman what the problem is, and she says, okay, basically that it doesn't matter that her employees should continue to bring this purchase through. And I said, excuse me, miss, you as a manager is not gonna deal with this when this woman is throwing these groceries to the bottom of the conveyor belt. And the manager looks at me and she's like, excuse me, you're not involved in this. And I said, what do you mean I'm not involved? That is my fiance you're speaking to. And she looked shocked. Guys, I don't think I can get him on camera, but if I ever show you guys a picture of my fiance, he is white, he's Polish. So I think she thought I was just a bystander, the next customer or something. She told me, excuse me, why are you getting involved? And I said, what is your problem? This is my fiance, of course I'm gonna get involved. And she looked completely shocked. She's like, oh. And guys, I'm just so mad about this. I'm black, he's white. You guys don't think we're together, or I don't know. Whatever the problem is, to me that doesn't matter. But anyways, to end the story short, what we did is we just left all our stuff on that conveyor belt, and that was it. We didn't want her to scan anything. The manager wasn't doing her job. I didn't try and put anything away. We just left it. So that is my story, guys. This has been bugging me for a long time. Like I said, I will come to you guys soon with my weight loss update. Like I said in my previous videos, I only weigh myself on Mondays. So on Monday, I will let you guys know. So far, like I said, guys, I've lost 16 pounds. I'm still going strong. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. Guys, share your stories of retail. I want to hear your bad stories. I will see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye, guys.